All right, next one. Stuck in a crossroad, need some advice. Hello to all my fellow engineers. I need some advice. Long story short, appreciate you making your story short. I went to school and obtained my degree in electrical engineering. Wow, you can become the CEO of TI. I'm really good in math and I wanted to make a lot of money. Nice. Which is why I chose the engineering field. My school only offered 3 types of engineering, one of them being electrical. Now that I am a recent graduate, I am stuck in a crossroad because I don't know what to use my degree towards. Electrical engineering wasn't a big interest of mine. It was very theoretical and abstract. I say that all that to say I need some advice. I don't know what route to take with my EE degree. I don't know if I really want to pursue a career in engineering. Any advice would help. I don't have anyone to ask for advice since I'm the only engineer in my family. Thank you. Wow. Well, first off, kudos. I mean, most people that go to school for a degree in engineering just for the purpose of making money don't graduate. And honestly, I think a lot of people shame people for wanting to go into engineering to make money, but engineering is a great field to make money in. And people can have whatever motivation they want. And honestly, I mean, what's the point of having a career? To make money to provide for your family. Now, make a lot of money, I mean, depends on what your definition of a lot is. But you don't know what route to take with your EE degree. I think there's a lot of routes that you can take with your EE degree. Obviously, you understand it well enough to be fluent in it because you got a degree in it. And yeah, it's very theoretical. I will say, though, there's a lot of, let me just list off a couple things that I know people that have electrical engineering degrees, what they do now. I have a friend that works as a software engineer and designs software for USAA. And he does a bunch of cool stuff in the cloud, and he has a great time. And I'm hoping to get him on the podcast. I have another friend that also works for USAA as a software engineer, and he does some of their... I have a lot of friends with electrical engineering degrees that work at USAA. I have another friend that works for Cisco, and well, not friend, but people I know that work for Cisco, and they do I think they do like technical sales for Cisco. I know of people that have electrical engineering degrees that do technical sales for Texas Instruments. I mean, all these different companies that have engineering products need people to sell it, and some of them have entry-level sales roles, technical sales roles that you can do, and you can make great money doing that. But the reality is you have an engineering degree, and what that proves to an employer is you know how to solve problems, you're bright, and you have a good work ethic. So that really sets you up to do anything. Again, I'm not really I don't really currently design things. And I don't pretend like I do design things. I'm involved. I get to see the design process and I'm around it a lot, but I'm not the one physically designing things. So I guess you could say that I'm not using my engineering degree, but I manage projects. That's what I do. I manage projects, internal projects within my company, and my degree has set me up well for that. I'm good at solving problems, good at managing deadlines and difficult timelines and difficult relationships. Those are all things that I learned in my engineering program, and it set me up for success. And I have a greater understanding of how to run those projects than somebody that maybe doesn't have an engineering background, because I also get the context around it, and it's very fulfilling for me. We have engineers at my company that work in our commercial group that get involved with supporting the negotiation of contracts. I mean, there's so many things you can do with engineering degree. I mean, and I wouldn't get so hung up in using, quote unquote, using your degree to do something that's purely technical and purely engineering design, and really open yourself up to doing things that are interesting to you. It's okay to do a job that is interesting to you. This is much more interesting to me than sitting at a cube all day and staring at CAD. It just is. And that's okay. Everybody has a different path. And most people with engineering degrees don't sit in a cube and do design all day or do R&D. That's just not the case. So I think you'll find, I encourage you to get an internship. Or actually, wait, you already have your degree. Did you have an internship? Did you learn anything from any of your internships? I hope you had internships and you learned things and learned what you liked about engineering, what you didn't like. I hope you don't dislike engineering entirely. But if you do, even that, if that's the case, I mean, I know engineers that go into financial technology and they finance and become analysts for financial companies. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do. I have another friend that got an engineering degree and went to law school. I mean, again, now might become a patent attorney, or maybe she'll just be an attorney for a large engineering or consulting firm, or not. She could just be an attorney for a corporation. You can do anything with an engineering degree, and I hope that those are just a couple little things that encourage you in different ways you could go, and I wish you the best of luck.
Focus because I ain't chasing payments, still playing in the basement while I'm working on arrangements. They heard the kid in 50 countries, thank God that's amazing, but I'd rather thank Spotify, they put me on the station.